Tell you, Dan, that the working theory here is that this is the work of terrorists. They specifically believe this is the work of Osama bin Laden. This is pure speculation at the moment. As recently as yesterday, Dan, when we were making our rounds on what the latest terrorist threats were in the United States. Now, the only firm information that the FBI has shared so far is that the United Flight 93, is apparently the aircraft that went down in the vicinity of Camp David. Too early to say who is responsible for this. That hopefully will sort itself out in the time to come. I will tell you, though, it is openly being speculated on in the United States security apparatus that Osama bin Laden is the only person who had the apparatus, the money, and the desire to pull off what he did. They are also pointing, Dan, as we said earlier, at the coincidence here of this date. And dates are extremely important in the terrorist world. Sometimes they escape the notice of American intelligence. Obviously, this one did. We've been caught flat-footed, in the words of one senior official. But September the 11th, 1978 was the signing of the Camp David Accords, which has long been a matter of dispute and notation in the Islamic world. There is also a recognition among federal law enforcement officials that the attack on the World Trade Center is something that had to be expected, in the sense that it is the only target that Osama bin Laden and his organization have said would be a primary target in the United States. It's the symbol of this nation, and it was, of course, in 1993 that it was attacked, Dan.
Late word on what's happening in and around Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and in Pennsylvania.
That's right, Dan. Earlier this morning we told you about a plane crash near Pittsburgh, just north of the Somerset County Airport. Another plane that was hijacked today was United Flight 93, which was traveling from Newark, New Jersey to San Francisco. United Airlines has just confirmed that flight is the one that crashed outside of Pittsburgh this morning. As of this moment, we don't know how many folks were on board, don't have any idea of casualties.
Pennsylvania, people reported a low-flying jet a few miles from Camp David in Maryland.
They saw the commercial.
And perhaps ironically, the location where the Camp David Middle East Peace Accord was signed. There is no doubt that terror has come to our shores. The Afghanistan government, the Taliban, accused in the past of providing sanctuary for terrorist Osama bin Laden, claims they and he are not responsible. David Asman, Fox News.
Headed for Los Angeles, that he was able to keep the key open from the cockpit and that they could hear the hijackers asking him for cooperation and telling him if he cooperated he would not be hurt. Ironic in what they were saying, but that those reports were that he had been able to keep the key open and that they were speaking in very good and understandable English.
Someone said in clear English, "Don't do anything stupid." Then the transmitter went dead. I'm John
These
Fowler.
haunting images from Jerusalem. Palestinians smiling, cheering, celebrating in the streets, rejoicing in the deaths of thousands.
Hawkins is in Tel Aviv.
There's no shortage of people in the Middle East who, for various reasons, hate the United States. Much of the Arab world condemns the U.S. for its support of Israel, and there were some scattered celebrations when news of the carnage reached this part of the world. But while some Palestinian militants said America had it coming, all denied having anything to do with the attacks. Palestinian Authority President Yasser Arafat seemed as astonished as anyone else.
We are completely shocked. Completely shocked. Unbelievable.
Some Israeli terrorism experts say Palestinian groups don't have the ability to carry out attacks of such magnitude and complexity. Then, of course, there's Iraq, which has its own scores to settle with the United States. But for radical Islamic fundamentalists like Osama bin Laden, who's declared a religious war against America and has carried out successful attacks in the past, the hatred of the United States runs deeper than politics.
Back live, we have had little relief here. Take a look at this. About an hour ago, World Trade Center building number 7 collapsed, a 42-story building.
weakened by the devastation that had occurred earlier today. No word of any casualties in the building. It was the one calamity that was not a surprise. Police had evacuated the area hours ago. Fearful building number 7 would indeed fall down. The World Trade Center building number 7 collapsed. A 42-story building weakened by the devastation that had occurred earlier today. No word of any casualties in the building. It was the one calamity that was not a surprise. It was the one calamity that was not a surprise. It was the one calamity that was not a surprise.
And now for the last question of all. Why would our government do such a thing? I hope you're sitting down. After September 11th, President Bush had and continues to have permission to do and say whatever he wants, all under the pretext of 9/11. The Patriot Act, the Department of Homeland Security, Afghanistan, Iraq.
Good. Second one. Hit the other one.
It's time for America to accept 9/11 for what it was. A lie which killed thousands of people, only in turn killing hundreds of thousands more to make billions upon trillions of dollars. Are you angry yet? You should be.